go pick up our new furler and to have dinner with our oldest son and his family. We picked up the furler, and we will let you know in future videos how that works out. We had a little time to spare before dinner, and since we were nearby, we headed to Point Loma. Having lived in San Diego many years ago, it was a trip down memory lane. The National Cemetery was larger, and looking west, we remembered trips up and down this stretch of coast with our trailer sailor, whale watching in the winter months, and transiting the channel in and out of San Diego Harbor. So we're at a rest area just north of the border off Interstate 8, and we're going to spend the night here. And we've got this big box which contains the foils for our new furler. Well, we're getting ready, making our coffee this morning, getting ready to cross the border. I always get a little nervous. I don't know, this time we're crossing with the van, so we'll see if they're going to search us. But we really don't have anything to hide. It's just don't like crossing the border. Once we're across the border, then all life is easy. We crossed at the West Mexicali crossing, and it was the fastest, smoothest crossing we have ever had. I had filled out and paid for the FMM, or what some call the tourist card, online 2 days before. When I said the magic words tourist, the border agent directed us to an open inspection bay. I thought my worst fears were being realized, but he took our papers, passports, and I accompanied him inside the INM office. I signed for both Lee and me, and he stamped the paperwork. We were on our way. It was as simple as that. What a great feeling to be back in Mexico so long. Blondie thinks so too. We spent our first night at Bahia Gonzaga in the Northern Sea, and it is a place I have looked at on the charts and dreamed about sailing to. Hopefully one of these days. On Wednesday morning, we left the Rancho Grande campground after a cup of coffee. The road paralleled the coast for only a short distance, featuring predominantly ocotillos, before turning and climbing inland. We marveled at nature's rock garden, and once the cirio tree appeared, we made a stop and remarked upon the diversity of the plants at that location. Ocotillos, 2 species of cholla, old man cactus with its telltale whiskery tips, red spine barrel cactus, the unique cirio arboretum tree, and the cardon cactus, which have more arms than saguaro, and saguaros do not occur in Baja California. On Mexico Highway 1, after the Bahia de Los Angeles turnoff, the road descends toward the Pacific and the coastal plain, which is desolate and nondescript. Turning back toward the Sea of Cortez, the road becomes interesting again, with cardon and other cacti. At Santa Rosalia, a norther was blowing on the sea, so different from the calmness of the morning. We stopped for the night at Santa's Pac on Bahia Concepcion. A dozen or so cruising boats were anchored, and it felt distinctly strange not to be arriving by boat, but as a camper. Thank you, John from Apogee, for coming by and saying hello. The final stretch of our trip began with spectacular scenery around Bahia Concepcion and then south of Loreto as the road briefly paralleled the sea again. The road curved inland to go around the Sierra Giganta mountain range, and then the long straightaway leading to Ciudad Constitucion. It was mid-afternoon when we got to La Brisa, and it was thrilling to see her. I was hit with an overwhelming tiredness and a sense of having come so far. We were home. In the next weeks, we will be putting everything back together that we took apart when we left La Brisa in April 2020, and we will let you know how it goes. So, until